Avengers Age of Ultron is garbage, folks.
Is it an alligator or a crocodile? I don't know the difference, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Look at that. That is a werewolf, folks.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Den of Geek Presents Marvel Standom Live. I'm Mike Cicchini, the editor-in-chief of denofgeek.com, and with me this week, for all time and always, until they get sick of me, we've got Den of Geek News and Features editor Kirsten Howard, Den of Geek TV editor Alec Bajalin, and welcome back, brilliant pop culture writer, Den of Geek contributor, all-around good guy, Mr. Joe George. Kind of a slow news week for Marvel. We dissected Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 pretty thoroughly last week. Movie had a respectable, if unspectacular, opening weekend at the box office. So we're going to dive into the archives again because we had such a good time talking about The Incredible Hulk Returns. Well, everybody except Alec had a good time talking about The Incredible Hulk Returns. We're going to talk about the lost Marvel crossovers that never happened in movies and TV. Kirsty, I promise not to destroy or run a show this week, so take it away.
We look back at The Incredible Hulk Returns earlier this year, and that was a great time for everyone except Alec. But there was supposed to have been another crossover movie after the Hulk TV show with Nicholas Hammond's Peter Parker and David Banner meeting up. Universal put a spanner in the works with this one, claiming Lou Ferrigno was just too busy for it. But Ferrigno has said this was bullshit, so who knows, really?
Folks, my love for the 1970s Amazing Spider-Man television series is undying and unmatched. This is the best live-action Spider-Man. I don't care what anybody says. The idea of these two characters actually meeting on screen, like I dream this. Like I still dream it to this day. And this is not one that I would subject Alec to.
I figured you've been waiting for this one, Mike, to tell us, because I've never watched the Peter Hammond, Nicholas Hammond, Spider-Man. So I don't know what the vibe of that is. I thought you could maybe tell us a little bit about it. Was it like the Incredible Hulk TV show, or how was it different?
Okay, so it is like the Incredible Hulk TV show in as much as there are no costumed villains. There is nothing recognizable from Marvel lore outside of, Peter and Spidey and J. Jonah Jameson and Joe Robertson, right? Like that's the extent of the like Aunt May only shows up like once, I think, or maybe twice. It's Peter as a grad student, not a high schooler. But my favorite, and it's very 70s, it's very low key. It's a lot of 30 minutes of like Peter investigating, dudes in suits doing shady things, like not costumed villains, and then like 5 minutes of Spider-Man action at the end, What I love about it, that is how a Spider-Man costume is supposed to look. A Spider-Man costume is not supposed to look slick. It is not supposed to look like it's made out of basketballs. It is supposed to look homemade and weird and goofy. And people call out, oh, but the eyes are just like reflective sunglasses. It's like, yes. Or, oh, how come the web shooters are on the outside of the costume and a belt? I'm like, yes, because that makes sense. But the coolest thing, the stunts on this show are so awesome. Nicholas Hammond is a great Peter Parker. Like is a really, really cool Peter Parker on his own. But a guy named Fred Waugh did the stunts. So most of the time when somebody is in the Spider-Man suit, it's not Nick Hammond. This guy is actually swinging around and climbing buildings. I mean, at one point in one episode, this guy is literally scaling the Empire State Building, and they've got this guy they're hauling this guy up the side of the Empire State Building, sometimes with like a primitive GoPro rig on his shoulder or his head. So there's like really dizzying shots. Of course, because it's very low budget, a lot of this stuff is like reused from episode to episode. So it is a tough watch for modern audiences. I totally get that. But it is cool. And when that stuff works, it really works.
So is it better than Japanese Spider-Man? Because that for me is the live action Spider-Man. This wasn't supposed to be a tough question.
I mean, Japanese Spider-Man has higher production values and even better stunts at times. Like Japanese Spider-Man is really, really cool. Alec, wait a minute, Alec, do you even know about Japanese Spider-Man?
It sounds vaguely familiar. We've talked about it, I'm sure. Like, there's no way we've gone through like dozens of episodes without Japanese Spider-Man coming up.
Joe, I need your Japanese Spider-Man thoughts.
Oh, Emissary from Hell. He's amazing. He's got a mecha. He's the best.
Japanese Spider-Man, first of all, it's only 30-minute episodes, right? More colorful villains, like more time in costume, comparable or even better stunts. Tough call. I will say, for modern audiences, Amazing Spider-Man TV series, kind of a tough watch. There's one episode that I would show to like a civilian, and it's called The Captive Tower. And it's basically the same plot as Die Hard, but 10 years before Die Hard. And it is just like a really good showcase of all the things this show did well. And it's like, if you need a sampling of it and you just need like your 45 minutes of like, okay, I have now seen 1970s live action Spider-Man, that's the one to do.
I might be sold on it. The stunts actually do look kind of nice. Like it seems like it just like, at least a few minutes per episode of some guy just like rock climbing, which sounds kind of pleasant.
Like everything is cooler when it's done practically, even when it's a little wonky and weird. I'm a big fan of lo-fi Spider-Man. Like as much as I think Spider-Man Homecoming is an almost perfect superhero movie, period. It's my favorite Spider-Man movie. But like anytime things get a little weightless with the CGI and stuff, it just ends up losing me. Lo-fi Spider-Man meeting green paint bodybuilder Hulk on screen is entirely too cool. And I think the rumor with this is Spidey would have worn the black costume, before they revealed that the black costume was, an alien symbiote and Venom and, who ruined that awesome design. So the idea of seeing that costume in live action, just as like a cool spandex suit on screen, like contrasting with the Hulk. Oh man, I would have been all for it.
It sounds very cool. You are selling this. I have not rewatched those live action Spider-Man movies since I was a kid. And I'm definitely going to go check that one out now because I found memories of them, but it's also, I'm wondering, but you're selling this hard. I'm going to check that out. Definitely.
Like, again, won't push this on Alec, but you, Joe, I feel can hang. Kirsty, I think, could hang as well. I'm not sure if they will actually take the plunge with the Captive Tower, but
probably not realistically, but it depends how sandblasted I am. You can put anything on and I'll watch it at a certain point in the evening. Do you know what I mean?
We are at Marvel Standom on Twitter and Instagram. Drop us a line. Let us know your burning questions and what you want us to cover in upcoming episodes. Don't forget to also check out our DC show. DC Standom is available on all major podcast platforms. And check out Talking Strange, our paranormal, unexplained, and horror show hosted by the brilliant Aaron Sagers. Now, if you came in late, you'll be able to watch this entire episode on denofgeek.com or at our YouTube home, Den of Geek US. And don't forget, you can check out past episodes there and also wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you once again to our sponsor, eBay. Thanks to Andrew Halley, the best producer in the multiverse. Special shout out, Michael R. makes the podcast version of this show for those of you listening later all it can be. We thank you for putting up with everybody in the comments, keeping us in line, keeping me on my toes. But most of all, thank you all for watching, listening, following, and subscribing. This has been Marvel Standom on the Den of Geek Network. Until next time, remember, folks, we stand together.